Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Singapore qualifier for the Heroes of the Storm Southeast Asia Championship, and we got ourselves the first round here between Salt Gaming and TinT. I'm Babel. Once again, hope you guys enjoyed this cast as well as coverage. And yeah, road to Blizzcon, man. It's finally here. This is a direct qualifier. We will be sending one team from Singapore, and that will be decided from the national finals. 2 teams per qualifier. A total of 8 teams will play in the national finals. So yeah, a total of 15,000 USD prize pool, by the way. So 15,000 Singapore dollars is translated from the 15,000 US dollars, and that's the same amount, but it's a little bit different in currency. And that would be for the national finals. Today we're playing for 1,500 Singapore dollars, and the first place walks away with just that amount, $1,000, and the second place walks back with 500 Singapore dollars. So yeah, I think the draft has started, so I'm going into the draft right now, and this is going to be the second game between Salt and TinT. For Salt, they are 1 game up, so if they win this, they will be going into the semifinals. For TinT on the flip side, they need to bring Salt down by 1 game to bring them into the ace match. So map being decided by TinT this time around, and the map is actually going to be Tomb of the Spider Queen. First ban, going to be Sylvanas, following which is going to be Illidan from TinT. Sylvanas, Illidan are very strong heroes in general, and there's also the Jaina getting first picked here. And Jaina effectively is a very strong damage dealer because of the fact that Jaina has got a slow effect, has got the ability to break people's armor there, and really has got that extra vulnerability on the Northern Exposure, which is a level 16 talent, by the way. Brightwing Diablo is kind of fishy and tricky. Diablo is kind of a little bit outdated these days because of the lack of Unstoppable on Diablo. It means that the skills may be disjointed. And Brightwing on the flip side is still one of the most consistent and favorite support in this game. For Salt, this time it's going to be Kerrigan. They won the last game without Kerrigan. They won it with just Illidan, Abathur, as well as Brightwing, and also having Jaina on their side. But Kerrigan's going to be here for Salt Gaming. And they've got 1 more pick. I am thinking that if they are going for Kel'Thas, they might effectively be in a very good position. A lot of damage as well. Triple assassin lineups are very, very good. You might also want to consider like 2 tanks. Two tanks are also pretty good for Salt Gaming. So nope, it is going to be Vala. Vala, one of the more consistent damage dealers there, as well as Kerrigan and Jaina. So very, very strong damage lineup from Salt Gaming. For TinT right now, they've got the Diablo, the Brightwing, and effectively may just go for assassins here. But they don't have enough assassins, and they're just discussing right now what they want. So good. By the way, the team on the left is Team Salt Gaming. The team on the right now is going to be TinT. There is no team. Both teams have played in the alpha, and they've been playing the game throughout. Some of the members have been in a bit of a lull period. So that's the difference. All right, good. Here, I am expecting Tyrande somehow. I think Tyrande Diablo is a very strong ganky lineup. If it's not Tyrande, it could also be 2 assassins for sure. And in terms of assassins, you still have got Kel'Thas. Although Illidan and Sylvanas are banned out, but Kel'Thas is definitely the go-to pick for sure. They might also want to go for the Anubarak. Yeah, I bit my tongue today. My bad. So Anubarak, as well as what looks like a possible Tyrande. It could also be yep, it's going to be Tyrande. Good. Tyrande, Anubarak has got some damage. So don't underestimate the Anubarak. Anubarak has got like a potential 35 to 40k damage if he goes for the right build. And the Beetle build is the one that will deliver that kind of damage. And also, it really depends on the amount of stuns he lands. So Tyrande Anubarak it is. And right now, that being said, Salt Gaming will need to go for tanks. They don't have tier 1 tanks left except Muradin. If they pick up Muradin, it's good. They also have the ability to pick up what seems like potential support, Uther. Uther is really good because Uther has got the Divine Shield, and Divine Shield will help 1 damage dealer survive. Most probably going to be the Kerrigan, because Kerrigan's going to be one jumping on the enemy. But they need to have substantial support. So that's where this lineup, a little bit too greedy in terms of assassins, they need to be very careful, because if they pick heroes that are a little bit off, like for example, heroes like 2 support without any tank, they're not going to have very good engagement sense there. Or rather, If they go for 2 tanks, no support, that's going to be very risky. 0 sustainability, and yeah. The tier 1 tanks have been picked up by TinT already. There's still the Tyrell Muradin, but you want to have Rhaegar as well as Uther, and there's only 2 slots here, so they have got 30 seconds to decide on one before the timer resets into the last pick. Personally, I think that those heroes are good. Malfurion's fantastic for survivability. The problem with Malfurion is that he's easily countered by what seems like a possible Zagara. So if Zagara uses Devouring Maw only on Malfurion, no more heals for the 3 damage healer, your team gets completely out of position, and that's bad. Zagara also got substantial damage on that guy there, so not a big a deal. But for TinT, they don't have any hard assassins. That's the problem for TinT right now. They need assassins, they need damage. Tyrande Diablo is only good for pickoffs, but they need to have the follow-up for their damage. So Malfurion is the pickup here for Salt. The last hero should be a tank. If it's Muradin, Muradin is being placed in a very tricky position to really just force the enemy back and to really just hold them in position, really also go in and jump. Johanna's fine as well. Don't really like Johanna compared to Muradin for this particular lineup because Johanna is going to be way, way ahead, and Malfurion is going to have to hold the front against both Johanna as well as the other 3 assassins that effectively is going to be behind. So if Salt pulls this off properly, you will have Kerrigan as well as Johanna jumping ahead. But if you have Diablo and Anubara coming in from behind or a separate angle, or maybe even just the Diablo and Tyrande against your Vala Jaina, that's really going to be bad news for Salt Gaming. So that's going to be based off movement speed. Map decided, Tomb of the Spider Queen, very rotation heavy and ganky heavy kind of a map here. So I really hope that both teams will have good rotations in this particular one. Right, so on the left side, it is going to be Salt Gaming. And on the right, you got TinT. There is no team. So I had a lot of trouble comprehending why they call themselves no team, but I guess that it's just an inside joke, and they're really having a very good friendship there. In fact, they're very nice people. So, yeah, I really want to see a 3rd game, and I'm looking forward to that one there. No, guys, that's not Babel. This is Babel. Thank you. All right, so my producers are behind me, and they're fun people. All right, good. So second game here, want to see a 3rd game, and effectively Tychus being drafted in here means that they have sufficient damage. Don't really like Tychus. I kind of prefer having the other assassin, Kilthas. Yeah, Kilthas has got the ability to land those flame strikes, and it is not going to be hard to land flame strikes when you got Tyrande to support, when you got Diablo to set it up. And Tychus is okay. Tychus just doesn't have the burst. Tychus trades a little bit extra burst for mobility. And mobility-wise, he's got sufficient run-away skills. And he's also got the Odin that allows him to do a lot more AoE damage. So maybe that's the main reason why they picked Tychus as compared to Kilthas. Kilthas is still pretty fair. So going into this next map here, Tomb of the Spider Queen is a map where you have to kill minions in the lane just to collect those gems, as well as to turn in those gems to the 2 big cocoon there in the middle part of this map. Generally, just to share with you guys, the Genki lineup really needs to rotate between the top lane and the mid lane. The reason for this is because of the positioning of the vent. If you look at the cocoon in the mid one, the one on top, slightly on top, the one that's like above the mid lane, yeah, you have got easy access to the vent, and also you can hide your gank lineup there in those vents there. But for the bottom part of the turning point, it's very different. You have got vents, but it's kind of situated towards the left and right, and there's no access to the bottom lane. It's been cut off by 2 very irritating brick walls there. That's why teams really like to gank the mid and top lane, because of the easy access on the cocoon there. They can hide, they can turn in, they get control of one turning point. The bottom turning point's not going to be very concentrated because it's only the bottom lane that's using it. Remember the extra wall block off access point for the bottom turn in. And there's also the extra access coming in from the vent. So you can kind of sneakily turn in for the bottom cocoon, but you cannot do so for the mid one. So effectively, I'm not expecting this to be a bottom lane action game. It should be a top and mid action one. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen, on the blue team. There is no team. Give it up for Mr. Deja Vu, who is playing as the Brightwing. And you also got Colbat playing as Anubarak, Angelican onto Tychus, Jerming as the Diablo, and other dude as the Torunde. That's his IGN, by the way, in case you guys are wondering. On the red team, we got Salt Gaming playing as the Malfurion. It is going to be Kaigari. No, sorry, it's Oh Ha-Young. Sliderbite onto Johanna. And Kaigari onto Jaina. Kazu playing as the Vala. Last but not least, QWERTY is playing as what looks like a possible Kerrigan. Yeah, it's a Kerrigan. Going straight up for the introduction. Good stun onto the Kerrigan. QWERTY completely out of position right now, but jumps in on the Angelican. And Jerming falling back. Kaigari also going to try to run behind as well. The Jaina is not down yet. And we got 5v5 right now in the bottom part of this engagement, but no one dying still. And Diablo is down all the way to just about 20% health there. Very tricky. May have fallen, but red team not pursuing extra interest there and will pull back. So that's the introductions done. Let's look into the trade here. We got armor-piercing rounds onto the Tychus as well looks like some extra Apocalypse combo on Diablo with the Devil's Due on the first talent pickup. Generally, Diablo don't go for this talent because it's not really going to help him in tanking positions. But if he goes for 60 souls and resurrection, it only means that he's looking for 3 possible Apocalypse at level 20. We'll see what happens. There's also the extra damage, or rather cooldown reduction on Sentinel for Torunde, which is really good. And you also got Scouting Drone both up on Brightwing as well as Malfurion on the support players there. And it's the Beetle build for Anubarak. On the red team, for Salt Gaming, you got Deep Chill, which is standard, composite arrows for multi-shot, and primer grabs going on for Kerrigan. Last but not least is going to be the Reinforce. So standard mid-game kind of tank here for Johanna. Not going for the regeneration build, which is still kind of legit and understandable. Level 2, both sides, no ganks just yet. Don't really like this. I kind of like to see the Diablo Torunde rotation and having Anub lane the mid lane, because Anub has got slightly better advantage pushing a lane as compared to the Diablo. But here comes the rotation from QWERTY, and there goes the stun. Great stun Diablo. Diablo getting some blinding action as well, and it seems like the Blizzard's going to pick up the kill quickly. First kill already, second one down south for the red team, and it's going to be Malfurion going down. Great combo coming from other dude Colbat as well as Angelican. That's a 1 kill each side. Still a very fair game right now. QWERTY, some issue there. Great shield glare from Sliderbite, making sure that there will not be extra aggression onto the Kerrigan. 13 gems turned in already for the red. And now if you look at the blue team, effectively killing off the Scouting Drone there and trying to wrestle control of the top turn-in point. Jerming's in that area as well, but they're not soaking the bottom lane EXP, and that's a little bit of a problem here for me, because you really want to soak EXP. You just got to make sure that the right people are there. And rotation still going on. Other deer jumps in. Great Lunar Flare. Kaigari gets stunned. Also going to get impelled, and there goes the kill. Blue team gets 2 kills. Good rotation coming forward on the blue. And for the red, a little bit too slow on their part, but they're still able to catch up some EXP on the top lane, but losing out the EXP on the bottom lane. Or rather, the mid lane, sorry. Oh Ha-Young Kaizu all the way down south here, getting some good action here, and also going to see the multi-shot with some grenade upgrades as well. Speaking of that, you're going to see AI Arcane Intellect on Jaina, and the extra shield for Malfurion, which is going to help him provide some extra defense on to his teammates there. A very, very unconventional approach by the blue team, and you'll just know why in a bit. There's also the basic attacks giving some splash for Kerrigan, which I don't think is the right talent. I really like Envenom a lot more. Splash doesn't really help. It only helps if you land multiple target Impaling Blades, but even then it's not really going to pay off, I think. There's no Rainer, there's no Inspire, there's no Abathur, there's no way you're going to deal fast attack damage there. That's a little bit different. So red team picks off the Bruiser Cam already, very early on. And for the blue team, also looking into their talents here, you're going to see Melting Point that helps with some push here. And also going to see Fire Devil that helps with some damage for Diablo. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Impel not going to connect. Great pullback, QWERTY wrestling control of the Siege Camp, and will get it. There's also the upgrade again onto the Sentinel for Torunde, which is a little bit interesting. It is a kind of viable build, but I don't like it. I like the Lunar Flare upgrade a little bit better, as well as the utility one. But here comes Sliderbite, there goes the Condemn, and Jerming pulling back. Here comes Brightwing. May just be able to save the teammate a little bit. And also going to see Raid Web Weavers for the first time joining the mid lane Bruiser camp in a very concentrated mid lane push. Lots of minions here. In fact, it's only going to be Anubarak as well as the Brightwing and Diablo that's defending the mid lane. This is going to be bad for the blue team. They need to make sure that they're able to hold off the aggression here. But meanwhile, top lane, you're also going to see Slider by pushing there as well. And Oh Ha-Young leaving the game. Very bad manner there. No, I'm just kidding. It's not what he wants. I think he disconnected. Probably going to try and solve it. Yeah, he's lagging. Okay. So the team's going to do the countdown and resume the game. Meanwhile, if you check in the bottom lane, the Web Weaver has been addressed here. So Oh Ha-Young's not able to push this lane any further. I think he can still stay here, but he's going to be much needed at the mid lane, which the Web Weaver is kind of still at about 60% health. And here we go. So I am not expecting the towers to still stand, but I would really appreciate the Raid team not, diversifying so much and concentrating on the push on the mid lane. Angelica and other dude is at the bottom lane. The issue here is that they got 3 members at the mid lane, killing off the Web Weaver. And the top lane having a bit of a sly push here. Unfortunately, Web Weaver is down to just about 30% health, and Diablo goes down on to the mid lane quickly. Great catch there by Kazu and Kaigari. So the healing well not going down just yet, and that's not what I like to see. You really want to see healing well going down very early on. Here comes the shield glare. Nice frag grenade. Kazu pulling back. Blizzard dropping. And it seems like the tower is going off as well. Unfortunately, good catch on the Kerrigan. Colbat not in position. Jelligan off position as well. QWERTY trades for Colbat. And no, it's not Colbat. Who's that? It's the Tychus anyway. So Tychus goes down, and Kerrigan goes down as well. And they are going to pull back. So level 9 on the red team, level 8 for the blue. 3 kills aside. And 6 minutes in, still fairly even game. A little bit different from the first one, but I'd like to see what happens when they get a heroic talents. So that said, we have a total of 21 gems up on the red team and 49 on the blue. If you check in on the talent-wise, you can see quarterback coming up for the Tychus, which is going to help increase the range a little bit. That's really going to help him in terms of utility. There's also better momentum up on Diablo. So Diablo is just going full on assault mode. And you have Anubarak going with a bit of the semi-tank build as well. That's going to help him tank up a little bit more. Cleanses up on Brightwing and Venom, which is kind of tricky. And for the red team, they get level 10 first. You're going to see Tranquility, Water Elemental, and Hold That Thought. Some engagement going to happen here. Colbat falling back. Other deal also getting stunned. Meanwhile, QWERTY ravages in, picks up the kill, and will now pull back in the Tychus. Tychus goes down, and Chalikan is gone. Colbat not able to pick up some of those gems there. Really trying, but Kaigari defending those gems and not giving Colbat the access to them. Bottom 4 going down as well. Salt Gaming slightly ahead right now. The healing well is gone as well. And that said, the tower should not stand any further. So back to the heroics here, you see Rain of Vengeance being used just now, and the Ultralis also coming out. Blessed Shield is going to be a pretty interesting pick here for Johanna. I kind of like Falling Sword a lot more because of the fact that Falling Sword helps the team reposition a little bit better. For Blessed Shield, it could be used to just disjoin major utility-based channeling spells. Maybe even damage stuff like your Ravenous Spirit, and even stuff like a little bit more extra channeling. And yeah, but it's not going to be the case. So it is going to be Apocalypse on Diablo, as well as Dragon Laser Drill onto Tychus. You're also going to see Starfall, Blink Heal, and Web Blast. Now, this is where blue team's going to have a good chance for a fight back. They got Web Blast. If they're able to go in, disable some of those teams there, some of the members of Salt Gaming there, they should definitely have the advantage. They've also got Apocalypse and Starfall. Now, the problem I have with this lineup right now, as well as this talent choice, is the fact that they don't have anyone that can really hold the enemy in place. All you have is Anubarak with those stuns, those chain stuns. That's the only way you can keep them in the Starfall AoE as well as the APOC AoE. And Dragon Laser Drill is not mobile, so that's a bit of a problem. You want to make sure Dragon Laser Drill has maximum effect, and this lineup doesn't make sure that happens. You can jump on the enemy, but you're not able to hold them in place. So Raid Web Weavers again descending here, the second wave. Blue team has got 39 gems there. Other dude missing the Lunar Flare. And they're all just pulling back as we speak. The Raid Weavers coming back out again. As you can see, the camps are going down. Mr. Deja Vu soaking up some extra lane EXP before the big engagement happens here. Top lane is going to be the main center of attraction here for the red team. Quali, the whole team, they're all in this vicinity. And Angelican is also right down the alley here. Brightwing can quickly teleport back up here to the top lane, so he doesn't need to be here. Good split attempt here to just soak up some extra EXP. Great Lunar Flare again by other dude just to land the stun quickly onto one hero on the red team. All 5 now taking down the side wall there just to make sure they got some extra space. Here comes the Starfall. Sliderby jumps in. There goes the Condemn. Apocalypse connects on 3. Colbert chain stance on the Malfurion. There goes the heal. They're all stuck still. And there goes the root as well. Great comeback. Cordy in their vicinity. And great roll in on the Primal Grabs. Mr. Deja Vu goes down. Germing now also going down as well. Other dude and Angelica not able to follow up quickly. Kazu just springs in front with the multi-shot, but not enough for the kill. Quadi makes some magic happen, and Mages get a kill. Gets the kill on the Tyrande, and Angelica now going to try and pull back, but the Condemn pulls them back again, and a great run away by Angelica. And also going to see the overpower onto Sliderbite, and he's just desperately running away, but the gate not opening just yet, and Unstoppable is going to be propped there. Quick shield onto Sliderbite, and Diablo gets baited, also goes down. Colbeck comes out, tries to achieve a lot of things, misses Impel, will now try and pull back. All 5 members on Salt still up and alive, but they may not be for long. Kaigari dropping very low, Sliderbite making some space, and the teammate just gets full turn on. Impel connects, no, doesn't connect. Kaigari gets brushed by the Sentinel, Sliderbite pulling back as well, and the Lunar Flare connecting only onto Johanna. Colbert jumps in without doing much of a stun. Qwerty very strong right now, sprints ahead, now trying to hunt down other dude, but will not get it off as well. 4 men alive now on the red against 3 on the blue. Countless deaths there. Lots of breath taken away. But yeah, 13 kills against 4. 35 gems on the red team. And it seems like Salt Gaming is so far ahead again. Level 15 against level 12. TinT had a bit of traction going for them, but they're just not able to hold the front. They jumped the right guy, and I think that was Vala as well as the Jaina, but the red team stuck together. So that's good play on Johanna's part to not overextend. When you play Johanna, you got to make sure that the hero doesn't jump too far ahead or really sticks with the team. It's a very defensive triple assassin lineup. Your assassins need to stay alive. That's the main win condition for the red team here. And on to the blue team's lineup. Blue team's lineup, once again, a lot of chain stun, but not enough damage. As you can see there, they really needed better positioning. And again, don't really like the Tyrande build. I think Tyrande build's kind of okay, but could have been a little bit better as well. She's got Starfall, which is fine. String is not a problem, but having so much talent pump into Sentinel didn't pay off. Didn't pick up the kill at the end, so that's not really good for them. Meanwhile, Sentinel going to spot out what seems like a possible boss attempt. Kazu shows his face here at the top lane. Sliderby as well as the rest of the team is there. They are all there as well. And the blue team, not a single Web Weaver summoned yet. 12 minutes in, and it seems like they are all just pulling back at this point in time. Blue team needs to soak the level 16. Seems kind of impossible. They do get the blue Web Weavers off. And the Sentinel again gonna spot out the boss cam, and the boss goes down. Seems like the red team gonna pick this one up. And the blue team pulls back for what seems like a wasted opportunity onto the Web Weavers. They need to defend against the boss. The boss is not gonna care about the Web Weaver. Yeah, the boss will only go for structures here, so they need to make sure that they can defend the boss. Meanwhile, this is really going to help buy the red team a lot of time, because if you look at the wave at the bottom lane, the Web Weaver is not even near the structures. The mid lane's gone already. The top lane is still very far away from those structures there. Picking the boss at the right time, knowing that the enemy has got those gem counts, and really not denying them, but effectively going for the boss, will waste all 50 gems because they get nothing done at all. So blue team forced to defend at the bottom lane right now. The tower goes down. Once left. Scouting drone comes out. Really questionable position. Should have been placed like here to help with the vents there. But here comes the catch on Sliderbite. Apocalypse connects only on Malfurion, and their whole team again pulls back out. And like I said before, this lineup on TinT is not really bad, but it doesn't have the ability to hold the enemy in place. You lack heroes like Zagara, you lack heroes like Zeratul that can hold enemies in place for a possible combo between the Apocalypse, the Starfall, and also even Jaina is going to be better in this instant. But if you can see the draft there, Jaina was, I think, the first pick coming out from Salt Gaming. And because they picked off Jaina, you're not able to hold enemies in that AoE and not being very effective. That said, it is 2 Web Weavers to 1. 2 on the red team, 1 on the blue team. 13 kills is to 4. Level 17 against 15, sorry. And 15 minutes could be up real soon. Again, they have the Blizzcon pushing the mid lane. And what seems like a possible turn-in right now. Nope, they're not going to do that. Colbat at the bottom lane, holding the front. And yes, the red team turns in successfully. And the Blizzcon pushing down the mid lane as much as possible. Red Web Weaver is going to come down. All they need to do now is to pick up as many camps as they can. And they do get the siege camp as well. And the bottom lane will get completely destroyed right now. So you can see Sentinel flying by again. And effectively, the Blizzcon pushing the mid lane. Quirdy jumping onto the tower. Frag grenade connecting, as well as the Lunar Flare. And Quirdy down to just about 60% health as we speak. But the red team still so far ahead. Blue team needs level 16 to even have a chance in this next team fight. If we're looking on the talent, 2 heroes who sprint already on the blue. On the red, and 1 on the blue as well. String rate is up, but they have got their Northern Exposure, the Blood for Blood composition on the red team. And those are really scary right now. So blue team gets level 16. This is where they can pick a fight. But all the Web Weavers are already here except for the top lane. There goes the Starfall, holding off in form of some defense there. Lunar Flare connects, and Apocalypse gonna connect on 3. And also gonna see Jerming jump in, and the Overpower connecting quickly onto a silence composition onto Oh Ha Young. Oh Ha Young jumps in back quickly for a heal. And you're also gonna see a quick stun onto Tychus. Tychus is able to pull back, but Diablo goes down first. He's gonna quickly respawn. Not a big of a deal. And he needs level 20 before he pops the Chain Apocalypse. Not able to get that off. And nice run away blink heal by Mr. Deja Vu to sidestep away from the Ravage, as well as what looks like a possible combo onto the Primal Grabs into a possible Impaling Blade. Here comes Quirdy again, looking for the roll in. Gonna get it off only on Diablo. Diablo looks to go down, but he's got some extra soul left. I think he's got 46, not enough for respawn. He goes down. Also gonna see Lunar Flare missing here. Slider by pulling back, but great Burrow Strike coming up from Colbat. And Kaigari again getting those machine gun harassment from Angelican. Whole team pulls back. They're done. All the skills have been used, as well as the mana have been expended there. They need to pull back right now, and they do so. Blue team at level 16 up against Salt Gaming's level 19 here. They do get the Bruiser Camp as well, just to buy themselves a little bit more extra space. Again, as you can see, the whole map here, all the camps go to the red team, all but the core. And everyone on the blue team struggling to hold the front against a level 20 red team. They need to get the advantage, but they haven't been able to do that just yet. The ganks were good in the first 2 minutes, but after that, the first big team fight, they lost terribly. The chain stun was effective, but they're getting punished because of the big mistake after mistake here on the stuns there. Red team not really able to push this lane at this instant here, but will get a level 20 off. And has got only a total of 6 jam. 42 on the blue team. They really shouldn't die here. They need to make sure that they turn in all of those jams, which majority of it is up on other dude as well as Mr. Deja Vu. Blue team effectively now defending and pushing out the top lane. And also doing some rotations. They know they need to soak the lane. Sentinel being used. Doesn't see anything. Frag grenade misses as well. And Colbat in the vicinity of lands the Impale on slider by Lunar Flare connects as well. Good stun combo there. Quirdy misses the full combo, and Kerrigan some trouble there, but will pull back. Here comes the Web Blast. Deja Vu swings by. Colbat sets up a perimeter for defense, and it may just be done. Johanna is not able to do anything. That's it. Down goes Anubarak already, and Jerming getting reeled in by Condemn. Here comes Apocalypse. Connects on 2, but no combo. Also gonna see Angelican pull back. There goes the Dragon Laser Drill onto Quirdy. Quirdy picks off Tychus first, getting blocked quickly by Jerming. Not able to do anything. Overpower secures the kill onto Kerrigan, but it's going to be a team wipe, and the whole team now has only got 4 of them alive. Diablo respawns because of the quick 60 soul respawn talent. The Devil's Due on the first pickup point there on talent. So red team now with 20 kills against 5 kills. TinT is not able to hold the front here. 2 level down, need to get level 20, not able to do that just yet. They've got all the stun combo going just now, but no damage. And I think that they are just waiting for the full team to be in position just now. Anubarak was way ahead, was trying to make sure that he could at least zone out some of that assassin damage coming in. But not able to get it off. Unfortunately, Lunar Flare connects, but not the Burrow charge. It is only going to be the Impel, but a quick Bolt of the Storm is going to secure the runaway again. Seems like one of the PC again is hanging on the stage here. But yeah, we got to sell some pretty interesting games here. Level 18 against level 20. And simple mathematics here. The boss at the core. Whole team at the core, level 20 against level 18. Looks like a little bit bad, but there goes the Condemn. Other dude drops first. This is really bad. There goes Overpower, but you're going to see the Unstoppable coming on the Slider Bite. Slider Bite gets some extra shield from Malfurion. Still alive somehow. There goes the Condemn. And also going to see Mr. Deja Vu run away, but that's not the base there. And effectively will go down. Tyker's faults as well. And Salt Gaming on the way to the semifinals will just hit on the core. The core dropping. Core down to 5%, and the core will go down. Salt Gaming proceeds to the semifinals there. What a game it is for Salt Gaming. Snowball after snowball. They always were able to stay ahead once they hit level 10. And TinT was just not able to hold the front and effectively not putting up sufficient fight there. They didn't have the combo damage. They have the combo, a lot of stun there as well. You got Tychus with stun, Diablo with stun, Torrande with stun, as well as Anubarak, the master of all stuns there. But unfortunately, all of those heroes didn't have sufficient damage. Anubarak should have been doing a lot more damage, but he did only 15k, and I think it's generally because that he's always in front. Diablo's not in front. That's a problem, and effectively Web Blast being used just to catch Johanna, not really good. So let's check in on the replay right now, and we'll see what happened there. Effectively, this is the last fight. Other dude trying to pull back as well. Slider Bite, best plays. This is the best play. You have a good overpower, and he was just dropping, and Jerming went down first. Slider Bite now condemn onto 2, ignore Colbat a little bit. Kazu jumps in, followed up for the cleanup, and Mr. Deja Vu goes off. Colbat now completely ignored. Kazu's the only one chasing after the Anubarak, and the core is being taken care of at least. Colbat didn't even manage to die at the end there. So that said, I think that the draft was a bit of a problem for effectively the blue team TinT. Still, there is not enough damage at the end of the day, and it could also be talent-related problems. Tychus was just not delivering, although he dealt a total of 33,000 hero damage, but if you look deeply into it, it was just not able to burst down anyone. This is the fundamental problem with Tychus. He does have damage, but he doesn't have burst. He's got sustained damage, good potential AoE damage, and also single target damage, but not very bursty as compared to heroes like Kerrigan, heroes like Jaina, like Kilthas. I would personally prefer Kilthas a lot better because he also has the stun and also has got those damage once the setup is complete. So that's it. We're going for a short break. We'll be back for the semifinals, and that's where we will have one team eliminated and going to play for in-game codes and the winner qualifying for the national finals, as well as winning and walking away with 500 Singapore dollars guaranteed. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this. This is Babel. If you do like this cast, give me a like on my Facebook page. We really appreciate it. And also drop your comments. I'm looking to improve the cast as well. So really appreciate the feedback. And let me know what you think. That's it. See you guys in a while. Khan onto the Jaina. We also got Murky being played by Nick saying Kuniharu onto the Vala. And last but not least, Chichi Boy onto